Crash Ensemble is Ireland's leading new music ensemble. We're a group of 10 players and we play the newest and most adventurous music of our time.
I'm Jonathan. I'm the concerts manager of Crash Ensemble. I basically work on their gigs, on their recordings and their tours. I was used to working with bands and stuff, working with touring bands in like a classical, maybe contemporary kind of setting. So it was a new thing. It was great, because Crash are kind of like a classical band anyway, you know? There's elements of an orchestra and elements of a band in them as well.
Contemporary new music includes extended techniques. It includes kind of really metallic sounds on acoustic instruments, you know, the different sounds that you wouldn't necessarily hear in classical music. You'd hear maybe, you know, really icy kind of violin sounds, or you'd hear a vibraphone that's bowed, which sounds like a string instrument. You'd have all these different textures, and then adding that in to something with electronics and something that's kind of very amplified, you have really different textures created from acoustic instruments that are then manipulated electronically. I think it's really good to kind of balance that out with something that the players can really play their instruments as they've been trained. Balancing those two things.
We're genreless in loads of ways, and I think it'll become more relevant actually in years to come, you know, because genres are melding into each other more. We can be working on very obscure contemporary music sometimes of the more academic vein, and then the next day we could be working with an indie singer-songwriter or an electronic artist or something. The only rule is that like the band play really, really, really well. That's the Crash are known for.
I think what's unique about Crash is the energy. You know, they have this like really powerful energy all the time, and you're always guaranteed that they'll put their all into your pieces and give the best performance that they possibly can. One of the earliest pieces I did was with Natasha Lowen back in 2002 or 3, perhaps, quite a long time ago. Obviously, my style has changed and Crash has changed, but what they have been all along is like really steadfast and there for the composers and always kind of performing new works by people all over Ireland and from abroad. And it's really important to have like a small ensemble, you know, of that high a standard to play your work.
They're such kind of open-minded, laid-back people in terms of approachability and in terms of openness to trying things out. To actually play alongside them and learn from them as well. Like I've played in a few other pieces by other composers, and it's always kind of upping the challenge a little bit, but in a really good way that kind of pushes my comfort zone out further and gets me to try out new things as a performer as well as a composer.
There's rehearsals beforehand, day itself is usually starting at 10, getting all the equipment set up, which usually takes till about midday or 1. Then we usually get the group in around 1 or 2.
Okay, here we go. Hard is hard.
If it's a full-on day, we'll be doing sound checks, anything up to 4 or even 5 hours. Then we try and give everyone a nice break.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can see you put on Android and join it.
The musicians definitely get a break, the crew if it's not too hectic, and then usually the gig is around 7:30 or 8.
2 minutes, lads. Good, really.
We gotta get going. Do you know where John is?
I tried calling him, but he's not picking his phone up.
I love conducting Crash Ensemble. Crash is like a family. It's a really special group of musicians. They love working together, they love playing together. I love working with these people.
In 2017, Crash are going to be 20 years old. We have a very jam-packed year ahead. We have 20 new commissions. We have the start of a new opera by Donica Dennehy and Underwood. We're going to be pretty busy bees.